What if some of the world's most powerful countries suddenly began restricting Chinese influence? From banning Chinese apps and blocking major investments to tightening visas and limiting access to critical industries, governments around the world are taking unprecedented steps that are reshaping global politics. But why is this happening? Is it about national security? Economic competition? Or is there a much bigger geopolitical battle unfolding behind the scenes? In today's video, we're counting down 10 countries that have imposed significant restrictions on Chinese companies, technology, investments, or government-linked activities, and explaining why these decisions matter for businesses, travelers, and the future of international relations. Some of these actions have already changed global supply chains, while others could affect millions of people in the years ahead. Make sure you stay until the end because the number one country has introduced some of the toughest measures against Chinese technology and investment, influencing policies around the world. Let's get started. Number 10, India. India has taken some of the strongest actions against Chinese digital companies in recent years. Following heightened border tensions, the Indian government banned hundreds of Chinese mobile applications, including several that were extremely popular among Indian users. Officials argued that these apps posed potential risks to national security and user privacy. Beyond apps, India also introduced stricter rules for Chinese investments. Companies linked to China now face greater government scrutiny before receiving approval for major business deals. Infrastructure projects involving Chinese firms have also become more difficult due to tighter regulations. Despite these restrictions, trade between India and China remains significant, showing that economic cooperation and strategic competition often exist side by side. India's approach demonstrates how governments can restrict specific sectors without completely ending economic relations. Number 9, Australia. Australia has become increasingly cautious about Chinese influence across multiple sectors. The government has blocked several Chinese investments involving critical infrastructure and strategic assets. Chinese telecommunications equipment has also faced restrictions from Australia's next-generation communications networks because of security concerns. Universities and research institutions now operate under stricter guidelines when collaborating on sensitive technologies. Australian leaders argue these policies are designed to protect national interests rather than target ordinary Chinese citizens. The measures have nevertheless created diplomatic tensions between Canberra and Beijing. Number 8, Canada. Canada has strengthened its review process for foreign investments involving sensitive technologies and critical minerals. Authorities have ordered some Chinese investors to divest from companies operating in strategic sectors. Canadian officials say these actions are intended to safeguard national security and reduce dependence on foreign control over essential resources. The country has also increased scrutiny of research partnerships involving advanced technology. Although trade continues, relations have become more complicated due to broader geopolitical disputes. Canada's experience illustrates how economic security has become an increasingly important factor in government decision-making. Number 7, United Kingdom. The United Kingdom has significantly changed its approach toward Chinese technology in recent years. British authorities decided to remove certain Chinese telecommunications equipment from national 5G infrastructure, citing long-term security concerns. The government has also strengthened investment screening rules for foreign acquisitions involving critical industries. Officials believe sensitive technologies should remain protected from potential security risks. These policies have affected major infrastructure projects and prompted companies to diversify their suppliers. Number 6, Germany. Germany has long maintained strong economic ties with China. For years, China was one of Germany's largest trading partners, especially in the automotive, manufacturing, and industrial sectors. However, in recent years, Berlin has adopted a more cautious approach toward Chinese investments and technology. The German government has strengthened its foreign investment screening process, particularly for companies involved in critical infrastructure, artificial intelligence, semiconductors, telecommunications, and advanced manufacturing. Several proposed acquisitions by Chinese investors have been reviewed more carefully, and in some cases, blocked due to national security concerns. German officials have repeatedly emphasized that the goal is not to stop trade with China but to reduce strategic dependence on any single country for essential technologies and supply chains. Another major concern is cybersecurity. Government agencies have warned businesses about protecting sensitive industrial technologies and intellectual property, especially in sectors where Germany holds a global competitive advantage. Many German companies are also diversifying their manufacturing operations by expanding production into countries like Vietnam, India, and Eastern Europe. This strategy, often called de-risking, aims to reduce vulnerabilities while maintaining business relationships with China. Germany's changing policy reflects a broader shift occurring across Europe, balancing economic cooperation with national security. Number 5. Japan. Japan has also taken significant steps to protect its economic and national security interests. As one of Asia's leading technology powers, Japan plays a critical role in semiconductor manufacturing, robotics, and advanced electronics. The Japanese government has introduced stricter export controls on sensitive technologies and increased oversight of foreign investments involving strategic industries. Tokyo has invested billions of dollars to encourage companies to relocate portions of their supply chains away from China. Manufacturers have been offered financial incentives to establish new facilities in Japan or other friendly nations throughout Southeast Asia. Japan has also strengthened cooperation with allies such as the United States, Australia, and India through initiatives designed to improve supply chain resilience. While trade with China remains extremely important, Japanese policymakers are increasingly focused on reducing dependence on Chinese manufacturing for products considered vital to national security. This balanced approach allows Japan to continue economic engagement while protecting its long-term strategic interests. Number 4. Lithuania. Although Lithuania is a relatively small European country, it has attracted global attention because of its policies regarding China. Relations between Lithuania and Beijing became increasingly strained after Lithuania expanded its diplomatic engagement with Taiwan. In response, China reduced diplomatic exchanges and imposed economic pressure on Lithuanian businesses. The situation prompted strong support from the European Union, which argued that economic coercion against member states should not be accepted. Lithuania has since strengthened its screening of foreign investments and focused on building partnerships with democratic allies in Europe, North America, and Asia. The country has also encouraged greater diversification of trade relationships to reduce dependence on any single market. Despite its size, Lithuania's actions have influenced discussions throughout Europe about economic security, strategic autonomy, and the protection of democratic values. Its experience demonstrates how even smaller nations can have a significant impact on international policy debates. Number 3. Netherlands. The Netherlands plays an outsized role in the global technology industry, largely because it is home to companies that manufacture highly advanced semiconductor equipment used around the world. Number 2. United States. When discussing restrictions on Chinese technology, investments, and government-linked activities, no country has had a greater global impact than the United States. Over the past several years, Washington has introduced a wide range of measures aimed at protecting national security, critical infrastructure, and advanced technologies. One of the most significant actions has been expanding export controls on advanced semiconductor technology. These rules limit the export of certain high-end chips, chip-making equipment, and related technologies to China, particularly where they could support advanced military or strategic capabilities. The U.S. government has also increased scrutiny of Chinese investments through the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS. This process reviews foreign acquisitions involving sensitive industries such as artificial intelligence, telecommunications, energy, biotechnology, and defense. Number 1. Taiwan. Taking the number 1 position is Taiwan, whose relationship with China is unlike that of any other place in the world. Taiwan has implemented extensive security measures affecting government agencies, critical infrastructure, public institutions, and the use of certain Chinese technologies. Government departments have restricted the use of various Chinese-made software, digital platforms, and telecommunications equipment in official settings due to cybersecurity concerns. Authorities have also strengthened regulations governing investments, technology transfers, and protection of critical industries. Perhaps Taiwan's greatest strategic importance lies in its semiconductor industry. The island produces many of the world's most advanced computer chips, making it one of the most important links in the global technology supply chain. What does this mean for the world? The measures introduced by these countries are not simply about one nation. They reflect a broader shift in global priorities. Governments are placing greater emphasis on national security, cybersecurity, supply chain resilience, protection of advanced technologies, diversification of international trade. Instead of relying heavily on a single manufacturing hub, many countries are encouraging companies to expand operations into places such as India, Vietnam, Malaysia, Mexico, and other emerging manufacturing centers. Businesses are adapting by building more diversified supply chains, while governments continue balancing economic cooperation with security concerns. For travelers, students, and professionals, most of these policies do not affect ordinary people directly. Instead, they are primarily focused on technology, investments, government procurement, and strategically sensitive industries. Final thoughts: the global relationship with China is entering a new chapter. Rather than complete economic separation, many countries are pursuing what policymakers often describe as de-risking, reducing dependence in sensitive sectors while maintaining trade where possible. Whether these strategies will strengthen global security or create new economic challenges remains one of the biggest questions facing the international community. One thing is certain: decisions made today regarding technology, trade, and national security will shape the future of the global economy for decades to come. As countries continue to adapt to a rapidly changing geopolitical landscape, understanding these developments will become increasingly important for businesses, investors, travelers, and anyone interested in world affairs. Outro. If you enjoyed this video and found it informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest updates on global immigration, international affairs, visas, and geopolitical developments. Which country's policies surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your perspective. Thanks for watching Global Visa Hub. See you in the next video.